Dear friends, how do you know that your testimony is the testimony of Jesus? When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Proverbs 16:7. A few years ago, in my previous job, for a couple of years, I had a manager who was a Roman Catholic person. He seemed to like everybody except me. And the reason why he hated me was because of my Sabbath. One day, he approached me and said, "Is it possible that you pray and ask the Lord that if it was possible to work on Sabbath, that is Friday evening after 6 p.m., or if I could ask my pastor to see if there was any possibility to work?" Without being shaken, I told him that it was not possible. After a few weeks, he approached me again and said, "Richard, I can't allow you to take off on Sabbath. You would have to work at least till about 8 p.m. on Friday." I knew that this was not the decision of the management and that it was his trick to push me into working on Sabbath. When the Friday came, I finished my work, took my bag and left home right before his eyes, and I could see him burning within. He approached me many times even after all the failed attempts, but all were in vain. A few months later, because of some problems with his performance at work, he was asked to resign by the management. I was shocked to hear that. What my manager was trying to do to me fell upon his head. Though he considered me as his enemy, I still considered him as my friend. Yes, I was burdened for him, for he was a soul that was lost in the world. Using my DVD copier, I copied as many DVDs as possible. Most of them are documentaries of the present truth, and some of them were about the Antichrist, the Roman Catholic Church, and how much they have tried to destroy the truth, even the Bible itself. Along with the DVDs, I took a lot of books written by Ellen G. White and one leather-bound KJV Bible. When I put all those things together, it was one huge pack of things. The day had come when my manager was leaving. It was his last day at work, and on that day I told my manager that I wanted to spend a few minutes with him. So we went outside the office and sat at a quiet place, and there I opened the big huge bag that I had brought for him. He surprisingly asked, "Did you bring all these things for me? And did you copy all these many DVDs for me?" I said yes. Tears filled his eyes. He then said, "Richard, I and the management have tried so much to harm you and your Sabbath, but it has been very clear that God is with you, and hence we could not touch you." These were the exact words of my manager. My manager had to confess that God was with me. Yes, my friends, these were the exact words of my manager. God is with you. I spoke to him for a while, sharing my testimony as to how the Lord had changed my life. And I also shared with him some of the important aspects of the three angels' message. It was one of the best moments of my life. Years have passed. This manager, who was like an enemy, today is a good friend. Dear friends, if a friend loves you, that is not a testimony of Jesus. But when an enemy loves you, you surely have the testimony of Jesus.
once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. And then a little light from heaven filled my soul. It bathed my heart in love and wrote my name above. And just a little talk with Jesus made me whole. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry. He will answer by and by. When you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you'll know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Sometimes my path seems drear, without a ray of cheer, and then a cloud of doubt may hide the light of day. The mist of sin may rise and hide the starry skies, but just a little talk with Jesus clears the way. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry. He will answer by and by. When you feel a little prayer wheel turning, and you'll know a little fire is burning, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. I may have doubts and fears, my eyes be filled with tears, but Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer, he knows my every care, and just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry. He will answer by and by. Now when you feel a little prayer wheel turning, then you'll know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.